Hello everyone and welcome to this week's weekly wear, where I'm going to be testing out a product that, now that I'm awake and I have some monsters growing under my skin, I wish it was going to be a little more full coverage. However, you know, when I bought it, my skin must have been doing better, / I'm thinking about using concealer underneath it, blah 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 blah. I do really like lighter skin tints lately, hence why I purchased this and I want to test it out with you guys. This is the... Yeah, Fake, you want to be the announcer today? This is the GloWish Multidew Vegan Skin Tint Foundation by Huda Beauty. It's one of those products that showed up as new on Sephora's website, but now that I'm looking at it, I think there's just a couple of new shades that were added. Regardless, I haven't tried it out, so I'm excited to do so. It is $37 and you get 1.35 fluid ounce of product. There are, I believe, 15 shades available, at least here on Sephora's website. It doesn't look great, the shade range, mainly on each side of the spectrum, which you can really see in the swatches. If you are very, very fair, or if you are very, very deep, or even if you're just fair or just deep, I think you're gonna struggle with the shades here. Really, it's the people in between that are gonna have the most luck, I would think, but either way, doesn't look great. As I said, this is going to give light coverage. It is vegan, fragrance-free, and has a radiant finish to it. It's going to be a buildable skin tint formulated with squalane that instantly brightens and leaves the skin with a dewy finish. It also has these ingredients in it that are supposed to be good for the skin. I don't feel like I've ever seen red bell pepper extract in a product, but there you go. It's supposed to help the skin. They also claim that it is waterproof and sweat-proof to give you luminous vibes all day long. It's going to blend seamlessly and comes with a fuss-free pump, making it perfect for everyday use. And to use, it says 2 to 3 pumps applied to the skin. You can use a dense brush, a damp beauty sponge, or your fingers. And yeah, it also says that, you know, you can use this as a mix-in or other things as well. So, dense brush, damp sponge, I've got them here. We're gonna try it out and we're gonna do so together. I am excited. Too zoomed in? How's that? I got the shade number 2, Fair Light. Hopefully it works for me, we shall see. Looks like your standard squeezy tube, but it should have a pump under here like they said. Ooh, made in Italy. So fancy. Are you still too close? I don't know why, okay, a little space is good for the soul, right? We do have the pump. It's very pretty. The cap and the pump have an iridescence to it that I don't know that the camera's gonna pick up. Heck, the camera doesn't even seem to be able to focus, but there we go. That's pretty. And yeah, here is my skin today. As you can see, I do have blemishes. It's okay, I'm human, and my skin has been washed and moisturized, so we are good to go. Didn't say anything about shaking it, but habit. And it said 1 to 2 pumps for the face. Good, it doesn't smell like red bell peppers. It smells like foundation. I wasn't planning on using a full pump for half my face, but we'll see how it goes. Gonna do a brush first. Okay, this is actually giving a lot more coverage than I was expecting. It might be a little on the orangey side, but overall, like I said, I'm actually surprised at how much coverage this is giving. It's not giving a ton, don't get me wrong, but it's giving more than I expected. I think I was expecting a sheer wash, and this is giving more of a light wash. And I do believe it said that it's gonna give light coverage, so yay for accuracy. It's definitely very glowy. Can you see that from side to side? Look at that glow. Dang. Now, we'll add like half a pump and we'll try it out on this side. See how this does on this monster right there. I feel like it looks like I just used a bad self-tanner. Yeah? Oh boy. Time to dig out a turtleneck so that you can't see the difference. But overall, I mean, it looks like it blended easily. Gave light coverage, like I mentioned, very dewy. It did say it can be built up, so I do want to try a little more. Just on the areas that I feel like I need more coverage, / areas that I feel I need more of a tan. Oh man. Ta-da! Guess who just went on a tropical vacation? Not me. It doesn't look like, how does this, what happened? Why couldn't it be this color? Why did it have to take on the color of my shirt? That's okay, this is what it is. Sorry, I'm just laughing at the fact that this is fair light. Fair? Where? But either way, here it is on my skin. Like I said, it gave surprisingly good coverage for only being a light coverage foundation. It is definitely glowy. I am all sorts of glowing from within, glowing from spray tan. Apparently this is my life now. This is today. This is what I'm going to look like, and I hope you enjoy it because I have other videos to film. So I am going to go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup, get on with my day, and then I will show you how this is looking at the end of the night. Ready? Ding! Hello everyone, good evening, end of the night here on day 1 of testing. I can't wait to get this stuff off of my face. Not because it feels bad, just because I know how ridiculous I look. I mean, seriously, anytime I have glanced at myself in the mirror, basically whenever I've had to go to the bathroom, I look ridiculous. However, I think all that being said, it doesn't look the worst here at the end of the night. I mean, it doesn't look greater on my mouth. I don't know what happened there, but I feel like overall it definitely stuck around. I mean, it just kind of looks like I did the do your whole face with nothing but highlighter products challenge that had gone around YouTube a while back. It just looks ridiculous on my skin. Like, mixed with my oils, I just look shiny and too shiny, like unnaturally shiny, highlighted. It just looks stupid. On me anyways, I think. So I think continuing here, I am gonna try this as other things. You know, it did say you could use this as a mix-in to a foundation to make it more dewy and glowy. I also want to try it just out of curiosity, kind of similarly to the e.l.f. Glow Halo stuff, whatever that was called. It was the dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury glow filter thing. I want to see if it works like that. I don't know, maybe it'll look really pretty underneath foundation, but as a foundation, this is gonna be a huge pass for me. I mean, if you only wanted to see this as a foundation, the review ends here. I can't. This is not, like I said, I look stupid, I think. And I just can't wear this as a foundation ever again. So I'm gonna keep testing it though, because like I said, it hasn't been the worst. It feels super secure, and I'm gonna keep on keeping on. We'll see. And I'll let you know those results in just a second. Ready? Ding! Hello everyone, good evening, end of the night here on day 3 of testing, and I have got results for you all. I am looking much less tan, right? So I think you can, I told you how I was gonna be using this in the coming days. Let me show you about it. So for day 2, I went ahead and I used my Skin Ink primer, and then I was just gonna use this, like I said, similar to how you would use the e.l.f. Halo Glow stuff. And so I just used half a pump for my whole face of the GloWish. It was a very light amount. It still definitely gave that tan bronze all over glow, but it was much better. And with the Makeup Forever foundation and Too Faced Full Cover Concealer on top of that, I thought it just looked much better overall. My skin, it still shone through. It still altered the color of the Makeup Forever foundation just a little bit, gave it a little bit more of a bronze, and also gave it much more of a glow. That foundation normally starts off as kind of a satin matte, and it definitely made it more of a satin dew, if you will. Just overall made it look like a lot more natural of a finish, and truly just a very tiny bit of the glow came through. That Makeup Forever foundation is fairly, it's like a medium full coverage, I would say, so that made sense to me, kind of my purpose to using it that way. But, you know, I was curious to see if it was going to affect the wear of that Makeup Forever foundation, which wears very nicely on my skin. It gets better with wear, arguably, I would say. And it did feel very lightweight. I wasn't noticing transfer on my fingers hardly at all when I would touch my face throughout the day, so I had high hopes for it at the end of the night. However, I looked much shinier than usual, like a lot more oily and shiny than I normally do with that foundation on. That foundation usually looks lovely at the end of the night, and it's not like I was doing anything crazy that day. It was just a normal work and errand running kind of a day, and it wiped off really, really badly. So I don't know if I was just being really careful not to touch my face much throughout the day, but when I did my wipe test and, you know, hardly using any pressure when I do that with my finger, it really badly wiped off. Granted, it didn't look like it made the foundation fade much at all on my face, but that was definitely, yeah, even G, could you hear him meowing? He was concerned about how it affected that foundation too. So today I wanted to try it as advertised as a mix-in with a foundation. So I decided to use my Skin Ink primer once again, and then I used my House Labs Lady Gaga foundation that I recently found and adore. I decided to mix it into there since it does start off, you know, not like a dewy foundation or anything. So I wanted to see if it altered the foundation formula, and I just mixed in a very tiny amount, less than even a half of a pump. I would say maybe a quarter of a pump of the glow stuff in with it, and I thought overall it looked good applied on my skin. It definitely gave it more of an orange cast to it, a bronze if you will, and a glow. And then I also did use my Milk Flex concealer on top of that, where I thought I needed a little more coverage. Overall though, I thought it looked good on the skin. You know, it definitely gave that glow to the foundation that normally the foundation, I would say it starts off as a pretty solid satin. And throughout the day here, I mean, it was a work day and a cleaning of the apartment day and a volunteer night at the shelter. So, you know, I was moving and grooving and doing stuff, and I felt like it's been pretty secure all day, maybe a little bit concerning on like my nose where I'm feeling oily, but I haven't noticed a bunch of transfer or anything, so it has felt good today. But looking at my face at the end of the night here, I'm definitely noticing wear around my mouth once again, where it just looks like it's separating and cracking a little bit more than it typically would, this foundation. So, I mean, overall, was this really a helpful review? I mean, I always hope so. I can give you pros and cons if you would like. I mean, you know that as a foundation, this is the big no-no from me. But as a general product, here's some pros and cons. To me, a pro, I do love a multi-use product, a multi-purpose product, so I will give it credit there. You can use this in a multitude of ways. I found 3 different ways personally. It is also easy to apply. I had no problem blending it out or anything, and it does feel really secure on the skin throughout the day. Like, it doesn't feel like it's gonna wipe right off, or it doesn't feel slippery or uncomfortable or anything. Like I said, it really does. It feels secure. However, the cons kind of outweigh all of this. First off, obviously, being the shade range, in that, I mean, when you have a fair light shade that is this heavily tan and orange, it kind of speaks volumes for the rest of the range, and you can usually guess that the rest of it is going to lean that way too. So I can definitely say for the fair end of the spectrum, this is not a good product. I would also say it is arguably far too much glow for anyone. I mean, even if you do have very dry and dull looking skin, I feel like this is way too intense of a glow. Like, it's the kind of glow where, like I said, anytime I would walk past a mirror, it made me laugh. Like, it was that obvious and bad to me, at least when it was worn on its own. But then when I used it with other foundations and whatnot on top of or mixed in, it made those foundations perform worse than they typically do on their own. So it makes them wipe off and, like I said, wear worse. So overall, this is not a product for me. I could not find a way to make it work. But as I said, I hope the review was helpful for you guys in seeing how this product worked, if it was something that you were curious about testing, if you saw it pop up as new on your Sephora page and it brought your attention to it like it did for me. Please let me know in the comments down below. Have you tried this product out? Does it work for you? Am I doing something wrong? Just let all of us know in those comments down below. You can also let me know if there are any other products you want to see me test here in upcoming weekly wears. You can also just let me know how you're doing, all that good stuff. Comments down below. Also, if you found the video helpful or enjoyable, please do give it a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe, tippity tap that notification bell down below, and become a member of my casserole family here on my channel. I'd love to have you here. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. And until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!